Turn me down a little bit now. He sought us when we were yet in sin. He didn't come to save the good you. He came when you were out acting a fool for the world. He died and was whipped and beaten for you. Not because of how good of a person you are, not because you're this awesome Christian or you're a moral, good person. He came for you while you were still out doing your own thing. While you were yet in darkness. And today, as you remember what this day represents about our salvation, I want you to think about that He came for you while you were yet in sin. And He didn't have to. And all the things that he endured. As He was whipped, beaten, beard ripped out of His face, crown of thorns on His head. He did that for you. He did that for the murderers, the drug dealers, the stale church pew sitters. You know, a lot of times we like to pretty this up, but the truth of the reality is the cross was an ugly thing that was so beautiful at the same time. Because we know what it represents. He came to save you while you're out bad-mouthing somebody, slandering somebody, lying. He had you on His mind while you were sitting at the computer at 2 o'clock in the morning watching something you shouldn't have been. Think about it. That's how much He loves you. That they let Him rip His beard out of His face. Whipped, beaten, scourged, mocked. He did it for you. I don't know about you, but that does something to me. While we were separated from God, He came and He snatched you. It's an important thing to remember that what we've been saved from, all the junk, the pile of junk like the cards that we've created in our lives, we've been saved. He took your case from guilty to not guilty. I'm not a pretty dude, and I'm not good at making things pretty. Whether it's speaking, appearance, whatever. I don't wear a suit. But I'm trying to give it to you raw today. That you remember and never forget what you've been saved from, where you've been, and where you are now. Amen. Not that you remember your sin, but that you remember what you've been saved from. Think about where you would be without the shed blood of Christ right now. Or for some, well, probably for all. Or where you should be right now. And it's all about going back to the cross of Calvary. You know, I think about as He's walking that long road down the Via Dolorosa. and they're just whipping him. Mercifully. They're just whipping him. And he's thinking about me. As they tie him up to the pole to whip him some more. He's thinking about you. All your shortcomings, he was thinking about you. You know, as we grow in Christ, it can become very easy to forget those things. You know? And it's good to go back and say, man, I am nothing without him. Because he came when I was in my darkest hour. And I don't care who you are, we've all been in that dark place. So as they're whipping him and beating him, he's thinking of you. When the father turned his face away from his son, he was thinking about you. I don't know about you, but that just cuts me right to the core of my very being. Lord, help us not to forget where we've come from. Teach us, Lord, to help us to live like you, to be like you, recognizing that it's not us in our own strength, that it's not us doing it, but it's you, Lord. And all I can do is surrender my life completely to you, Lord. Maybe there's some things that you need to surrender to him. I'm talking to the saved folk in here. Maybe there's some things you need to let go. I got them. There's lots of things I need to let go. And it's his mercy and his grace and reminding me of what I've been saved from that draws me to him, that says, Lord, I need to just give it all to you. Yes, today is a sobering day, but it is a good day. The blood that was shed for you and I, that we might have life, and life more abundantly. You might say, well, I don't see how my life's very abundant. I've been saved for 30 years. Listen. His ways are not our ways. You're just called to trust the one that came and had you on his mind. And he'll pull you through anything, no matter where you've been, no matter how far out you think you've been. Come home. I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying, come home today. Because I was thinking about you. And I was motivated by my love for you, despite all your piles of junk or cards. Lord, teach us to always remember you, Lord God. And as we go throughout life, and you know, it's just very easy to forget these things. We get busy, But if you need to be cut to your core today, if you need to be cut at the heart today, because you got a little callus growing there, then this is a good service for you. Like I said, the cross, with all my ugliness, all my stuff, and placed it upon that tree, placed it on